Hey guys, Megan with another YouTube video, and it's been a little bit since my last upload and things, but I finally got about an hour worth of free time to go ahead and sit down and record some videos and then slowly upload them over the next few days. And today we're going to be taking a look at a really interesting rifle. This is definitely one of my more favorite rifles that I've built, and it's definitely one of my more unique ones. Today we're going to be taking a look at the BJI Industries Sabertooth .50 infantry support weapon, otherwise known as the Sabertooth .50 ISW. So a little bit of background history about this model. When I go ahead and I open it up, you guys are going to see that this is a conversion kit for the Shrike M4. So this is the Sabertooth in its normal little thing, and then this is the kind of the more cool version. I went for like a digital camouflage for the desert. So the normal one looks like this, full screened. Zoom in just a little bit. So that's what that looks like full screen. And then the camouflaged one, the kind of like desert tactical one, looks like this. I personally really like the desert tactical look a lot better than the normal base tan that I used. A quick shout out, the ACOG scope is not my design, it is Alan's Custom Legos design. Go ahead and check out his YouTube channel for instructions on that ACOG. It's kind of one of his older ones, but it still looks really, really cool. And no infantry support weapon is complete without an ACOG. So I went ahead and I built that as well and threw it on, and plus the angle foregrip. So now that getting on into the model itself, since I personally like the camouflage version, we're going to review that one. The basic tan one is still just its basic form, so I'm not going to worry about it. But we're going to go ahead and let LUD open up, and then we're going to review the model. And I'm going to introduce to you guys what is without a doubt one of my most cool creations that I've built so far. So here it is. This is the BJI Industries Sabertooth M-50 ISW. And it's a Shrike upper and lower receiver with a few modifications. A newly designed stock. I also had to redesign the buffer tube. And it's also got a newly designed handguard and barrel and magazine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stock and work our way forward, and then at the very end I'm going to show you guys the special feature behind this model. So since I have to make a new stock, I don't want to use the same old stock, there's no fun in that. I went ahead and I built a kind of a Magtool PTS style stock, or it might be PTD, I forget which one, but it's a really interesting stock, as you can see. This black piece here is stationary, it does not move, that is the cheek rest, and then the stock itself adjusts back and forth. The adjustment piece that I'm using is this lever right here. This is flipped upside down like Alan, or like Future Yeti 3's stock design that he did on his Galil Ace, so credit to him. You simply push on this little angle piece here, and it's going to take this tooth right here, which slides up in between slots, and it's going to drag it down, which allows you to move it in or out. This is at its shortest position, and then you can elongate it, but I can't do that because it's actually connected to the buffer tube via these rail pieces, so I unfortunately cannot show you guys it moving by just grabbing it with the connection selection tool and moving it. As you can see, this here is just kind of a little bit of extra detail, and then the back butt pad is in its black rubberized coating, and this one's a little bit more unique because it has slope pieces and cheese wedges on the side to give it a nice polished round look. Same thing with the cheek rest, it has a nice polished round look, as you can see. The lower receiver is virtually unchanged. There's only a few changes here. I believe one of the changes that I made is that the back of the grip got a little bit of a fixing. It kind of curved in too far up here, so I fixed that. The trigger still works. Your fire selector still works. Magazine release still works. Your bolt catch moves, but does not actually catch the bolt itself. I believe I've added the flaring on the mag well here, as you can see. And of course, this part here is where your takedown pin would be, but I don't have one there. While we're down here, might as well take a look at the magazine, and of course it's connected to the model, so we'll go ahead and we'll delete this piece, and we'll drag it on out of there. As you can see, there's a halfway simulated bullet in the top. I ran out of room in the receiver for a special feature later on that I haven't told you guys about just yet. But this is one of my more interestingly designed magazines. As you can see, the webbing on this one is a lot more unique than some of the other ones that I've built. So we're going to go ahead and put that back up into the magwell and lock it back into the magazine release. The upper receiver is virtually unchanged as well. As you can see on this side, it is curved like it should be. It's curved up here on top of the receiver going into the rail. This side has, of course, the Ford Assist right there, the brass deflector there, and then the dust cover there with the functioning shell ejection port and charging handle. Here's the other side of the ambidextrous fire selector, and down here is the actual push button itself to drop the magazine. So there is a final look at that. Up here on top, we have our full-length rail system. It's got the backup iron sights, the standard advanced warfare ones that I use, and as I said in the beginning of this video, it's got Allen's custom Lego. Yes, Allen's custom Lego ACOG sight. Instructions are on his channel, so that's a shameless shout out to him for supplying instructions for his ACOG. One thing while I'm up here, this dark red tab is a safety select switch, or a safety on the charging handle. Moving on into the handguard. As you can see, we have a pretty standard handguard. All the black pieces that you're seeing are the air vents, of course. And then we have a ergonomic vertical foregrip, angled foregrip, I mean, and not vertical, vertical straight up and down. This is an angled ergonomic foregrip for better fire control over the weapon itself. We've already talked about the rail system and the sight. And last but not least, we have our gas block down here, which is on the bottom, and then the barrel and the large muzzle brake to direct the gases away. So you guys might be wondering a little bit about some of the information for this rifle, because I haven't really discussed most of the information for it. But this is a M4 conversion that shoots the wonderful .50 Beowulf cartridge. If you guys have never seen a .50 Beowulf cartridge, it is absolutely insane how huge these things are. So this right here is the standard Shrike bullet that it shoots, and then this is the 50 Beowulf that the Sabertooth shoots, which is huge. These bullets are used in 50 Beowulf 5.56. These bullets are used in roadblocks, barricades, things like that, to stop vehicles by punching through their car blocks and so on. And they're typically just given to troops in converted M4s, which is okay, but I wanted to build a rifle that was specially designed specifically for stopping cars in a nice ergonomic package that had very, very little recoil, because the .50 Beowulf has a large amount of recoil. So I went ahead and I designed this rifle to feature a much better recoil system to handle the recoil of the .50 Beowulf, and then a much more effective muzzle brake, even though it looks kind of like the normal sniper rifle muzzle brakes and things that I've done with those. And that's a little bit of the background history of the Blue Jay Industries Sabertooth M-50. I know I told you guys that there is a special feature, and I do want to show that to you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break down this rifle into its separated components. First off, I'm going to delete this ACOG because I did not realize this, but it is actually in the way of being able to break it down, the rifle itself. I'll go ahead and I'll put the rail section back so that you guys can just like imagine uh, how this breaks down without like a big chunk of the rail missing. So first things first, you're going to want to always check that the magazine is out of the weapon before you break it down. So go ahead and drag that off to the side. You're then going to want and take out all of your push pins. So I have, I believe, 5 of them. One is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to want to start with your barrel, which comes sliding out just like so. Then the handguard, which comes sliding out like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the buffer tube and the stock. Then the upper receiver is going to come right on off of your lower receiver, and your bolt's going to be stuck in there. So let me, I'll do the lower receiver first. And then we will grab our upper receiver and voila, there is a broken down Sabertooth all ready for its cleaning, obviously. When you break down or field strip a weapon, it's to clean it. So here is a completely broken down Sabertooth that is going in to be cleaned by whichever soldier is fielding it. And this is one of my very first rifles that I've ever incorporated the whole field strip feature in, because it's kind of a hard thing to do, kind of hard to get everything accurate and things like that. But I did incorporate it into this one, and it does look pretty good. And assembling it is as easy as doing all those steps in reverse, and then boom, there you have it. There is yourself a BJI Industries Sabertooth M-50 ISW infantry support weapon. And that's pretty much it for this video, so I'll see you guys later in another YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. See you later.